Our next question is concerning something not directly linked to what the students are writing about, but it's still an important part of the independent study. This student has asked, what is the ethics committee? Why do I need to fill in a form? Okay, Peter, you sit on one of our ethics committees here within the university. Maybe you can offer some...
I do sit on the university research ethics committee, and I do understand that a lot of students, this has hit undergraduates from left field. I think, what is this for? And of course, the ethics approval procedure is something which is required by law and is required by the university regulations. It applies to research. The whole point of ethics is that it applies to research, especially if you're doing research that involves people or animals, that might involve confidential information. If you're actually doing research on how to improve the feedback mechanisms of this amplifier, you're really not going to be writing very much in your ethics form. If on the other hand you're proposing attaching electrodes to any kind of organic life, then you can see that that's going to go past the ethics committee and you're probably going to be sent back to reconsider. So the point of the ethics approval is to make sure that you are conforming to proper ethical behaviour. That's all it is. It's not a terrible thing. And actually the ethics form as it stands, you can use as the basis for your proposal for your independent study. So it's not even duplicating work. It makes you stop and think, am I involving people? Am I involving confidential information? What should I do about that? And there is a framework. That's it.
The ethics form is very much about structuring your work. It starts with the rationale for the study, the methodology, what the aim of the study is, what the objectives are. And it actually, when you fill it out, it helps you think more in a more clear, more focused way about what it is that you're trying to accomplish with your research. And I can tell you, there is never too much time spent on thinking about your aim and objectives. Because as your research progresses, as you learn more about your subject area, and as you get primary data and start analyzing it, you find out that what you initially thought you were going to do might not be viable, might have already been done to death and then some, or might actually not be all that interesting, and something else is coming up that is much more fascinating and much more important than what you originally set out to do. So as far as filling out research ethics form, yes, it's another form, but it's another way to check and evaluate your work.